Oh, no, it's Tuesday, because next one, Boston, it's Tuesday, Wednesday's Facebook.
Better. We'll see what it's gonna be. What it's gonna be. I'm putting it on my whatever.
These poles are in the way.
The posts, I know. You come up here. Move over here on it. I like your back row.
I'm good. I'm good.
You're like, nope, not moving on.
Last
Stay
thing
here in the
back.
back.
Last thing back.
That's fine. You go wherever you like to go. Okay. You guys hear me? Good. John. All right, they're not even on. I don't know where they are. Okay. Hopefully you can hear me. Presumably I will hear if you cannot. All right, let's turn off the music. Okay. Okay, hi, good morning. So in thinking about bar mitzvah, as I have been quite intensely, my son's bar mitzvah is, for those who didn't hear, is Saturday. Friday night, Saturday. And so I've been thinking a lot about, ritual and the meaning of the place of ritual and the meaning of just ritual itself in my life. And I've had sort of a mixed relationship with ritual. Ritual is often about making a connection. I mean, that's the place that it holds for me. And there's to me, there's a sort of comfort and a connection in, the idea that, you walk into any yoga studio anywhere in the world and sun salute is sun salute. You walk into any synagogue in the world on a Saturday morning and the prayers are the same. I'm assuming church is probably similar. I don't go to church so often, but, that idea where where we have these common shared experiences, and there's a sweetness in that. There's a community building in that, and there's also a sort of what's the word I'm looking for, like comfort in that, and knowing that it sort of draws you together with people who are also doing that thing, right? So ritual itself, though, can be, it can be any number of things. It can be like this, a religious rite, like a bar mitzvah or a communion, or right. It can be any practice that you do that is, in keeping with any tradition that you follow, whether it's yoga or your religion or even just your, your community. Or it can be a pattern of behavior that's a reaction to a specific situation. So from like the most rigid dogmatic, like this is the right thing to do, this is the wrong thing to do, which we get a lot in, which I find organized religion has quite a bit of, like that there's a lot of that. But it can be that, but it can also just be habitual practice or reactionary behavior. And sometimes there's clear ways that we do a ritual. Sometimes it's more spontaneous. But either way, what we're doing is this idea of repetition with intention. And so purely like on the psychological level, when we're doing that repetition with intention, the intention helps to carve the neural pathway, so that, it's like this is the intention, this is the direction we want to be heading in, this is what I want from my practice today. And when we keep doing that, it's like we're carving that pathway, so that then the thoughts and the actions and all of it falls into that groove a little bit more easily, hopefully, so that when you're, we call it muscle memory. Of course, muscles don't have memory, your brain has memory, but it's a patterning, and then you fall into that pattern a little bit more easily. And so when we're doing that with intention, we are creating a pattern that keeps us moving in the direction of connection or whatever it is that we're looking for. So, in many ways, the calendar defines our rituals, on the yearly level, even just on the weekly level. It's a Monday, I'm in yoga, whatever, or, it's Christmas once a year, it's Hanukkah, it's, whatever it is, like our calendar can dictate that. But as a yogi, I feel more, I like those bigger rituals also, but I also love to recognize that, anytime we are taking the time to make sacred connection, that we are making sacred time, because that's what ritual really gives us, is these moments of sacred time, that those are important as well. We don't have to wait for the calendar to dictate when something is going to be that for us. So even in our practice, over the course of the practice, we come together, we talk for a bit, we settle ourselves, we sit, we chant together, we bring our voices together, we move together, not necessarily in like a synchronized way, but the energy is shared. We're sharing the energetic experience of the poses that we're doing. We rest together, we rise up together, refreshed, hopefully with, collective intention to be that force of, whatever it is we want to be that force of in the world today. So my invitation today, we're going to go through some of the sun salutation iterations, sequences. I keep forgetting that word. I couldn't remember it yesterday. Sequences, not a hard word. But they're sort of what a lot of the asana practice, the poses are kind of based around often when we come into class. So doing that repetition with intention and just letting it, because I know for me, when I can just sometimes I like to just geek out and like get into a pose and really break things down and like, think about all of, what gets us there and whatever. And sometimes it's just that like moving with breath that helps us get into that, into our bodies, out of our overly stimulated minds a little bit. All right. So those are the thoughts. So close your eyes. And even just this moment where it's, where I talk, sometimes we talk together and then we close our eyes. Like that's just let yourself be in the ritual of that moment and of what the experience is of just doing that, how it settles into your body, how doing the practice helps you to make an inner connection to your breath, to your heart, to whatever is rising up for you today, to each other, to this community, those in the room, those in the virtual room, those who come here to practice together. And just let your mind begin to coalesce around an intention. What is it that you want for yourself, want from your practice today? And as you bring your hands together at your heart, to set that intention in your heart. And then we join our voices together. If you'd like to join, deep breath in. Shivaya Satchitananda Murtaye Ishvara Panchaya Shantaya Nirvaya Tejase Shivaya Satchitananda Murtaye Ishvara Panchaya Shantaya Nirvaya Tejase Shivaya Satchitananda Murtaye Ishvara Panchaya Shantaya Niranaya Tejase. Bow your head to your heart. And as you're ready, release your hands. Open your eyes. Okay. Let's come on up to standing. We'll start standing up. You can stand facing the long edge of your mat, so you can step your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Good. Hi, Lois. There you are. Good morning. Bend your knees, hands onto your thighs. Do a little cat and cow to start. So notice how when we, come to these repetitive movements that we've done so many times, just allows us this little freedom to sort of let our body just do what it needs to do. We don't have to think about it. And there's this comfort in that. There's this connection to our body, connecting our breath into our body. One more round here. Good. Then come to neutral. Take your arms out to the sides, reach them up. Good. Then exhale, bend your knees, sink your hips down, bend your elbows. Yep, just like that. Inhale, come up. Arms out to the sides, stretch them straight, arms straight, legs straight. Exhale, knees bend, elbows bend. Good. Inhale, stretch up and out. Sit a little deeper. Stretch up. Last one. Good. Hold here and then twist. Turn to the right. Inhale, center. Turn to the left. Inhale, center. And just side to side a few more times, trying to keep your lower body from pelvis to feet really steady, and just let the upper body turn, pulse. One more each side. Last one. Good. Arms straight, legs straight. Exhale, fold forward. You can turn your heels out a little bit. Let your spine, your head, your neck release. Yeah, if the back of the legs feel a little tighter, the low back, just keep your knees a little soft, especially this early in practice. Just ease into that. And then let's go into a pulsing squat. So turn your toes out a little bit, sit your hips down low, lift your chest. That's it. Then exhale, heels wide, fold over, legs straight. Inhale, toes out, sit. Good. Exhale, heels wide, fold, straighten the legs. And just like that, a couple more times, moving with your breath, just in the rhythm of your breath. See if you can let your whole self, your mind, your thoughts, your awareness, your consciousness, every part of yourself that you're aware of, just be here doing the practice. One more. Bend and straighten. Inhale, come on up, stretch your arms out wide. Good, then we go to this pattern, left hand towards the right foot, right arm towards the sky, twist, bend your right knee. Inhale up, both legs straight, exhale to the left foot, yep, sort of windmill over, good. Inhale, back up, legs straight. Exhale, over to the right, twist a little deeper, good. Inhale, come on up. Exhale to the left, bend the left knee, twist a little more. That's it. Inhale, back up. One more each side. Good. Back up to center. Turn the toes back in so the feet are parallel. Lace your fingers together behind your back. Good. Feel your feet on the earth. Firm your legs. Stretch your arms back behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Lift your collarbones, your sternum, your breastbone up. And then work your hands back. Lift your hands back off your pelvis behind you. That's it. That's it. Good. And then a hinge from your hips. Fold over. Arms towards the sky, head towards the floor. Inhale, come up halfway. Squeeze your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Squeeze your forearms, hands towards each other. Exhale, keep it and fold. One more time like that, just halfway up. And exhale and fold. Good. Release your hands back down to the floor. And then walk your hands. Keep your weight in your feet, but walk your hands out in front so that it feels like you're doing like a little bit of a down dog in your upper body, but still a wide forward bend in your lower body. And then keep your right hand where it is. Thread your left arm underneath. Catch your outer left leg. Twist left. Good. Push your left hand into the floor. Press your right hip over to the right. Turn your belly, your head, your neck more to the left. Yep, that's it. Exhale and release. And over to the other side. So Ron, switch hands actually. Opposite hand. Yeah. So right hand on the floor. Right hand on the floor. Left hand where it is. But out in front a little bit. Yeah, like that, like that, like that, like that. Good. One more breath. Hips stay level. Turning your torso around your spine like your spine is the axis of the twist, which it is. Inhale, center. And then come on up. Reach up. Stretch your arms out and up. Exhale, release your arms by your side. Step your feet together. All right, so we're going to go through these sun salute sequences. Some of you probably know them very well. Some of you may not. We're going to sort of break them down, take them pose by pose, and then put it all back together. So we're going to start in Tadasana. If your hamstrings are on the tighter side, have some blocks in front of you. I want everybody to have a block for one thing we're going to do. Okay, so starting in Tadasana, feet parallel to one another. This is a pose. This is the first pose. So what does it mean to be here in the pose, right? Because we could be just kind of standing here and just standing here, right? But when we're standing in mountain pose, how is that different? You know, are you here? Is your mind here? Are your thoughts here? Is your awareness here? Notice if there's this fidgetiness of wanting to be somewhere else, and just let your mind settle, let your weight settle into your feet. And then from your feet, draw up through your legs. Let your legs feel a little stronger. Take your thigh bones back. We tend to stand with our thighs over our toes. So take your thigh bones back, roll them internally. So turn the tops of the inner thighs back, and the sit bones, you'll feel the sit bones widen out a little. And then into that space between the sit bones, tuck your tailbone down gently. Tone your pelvic floor, tone your low belly. Lift through your spine, roll your shoulders back. Arms by your sides. Make your neck a little longer. And then just from the inside out, feel like your whole body is just expanding bigger with breath. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale from your hips, hinge forward. So with a long spine, we fold forward, maintaining those curves. And then when we get to the bottom, we let the spine round. You want your hands bearing weight into something for Uttanasana. And you want your weight balanced toes to heels. If your hamstrings are on the tighter side, chances are you've rocked forward into your toes. If you're more on the loosey-goosey side, your hips are going to hinge back. But see if we can all meet in the middle. Make your legs strong and just let your spine spill over. Push your fingertips into the floor. Feel that action as you press your hands down of the arms firming and your shoulder blades firming onto your back, your neck lengthening a little bit more. Your head, your face, your jaw, your neck softening a little. All right, from here, plant your hands, and then there's a couple of ways we go back to plank. You can either just step back, you can take a few steps back, or you can hop yourself back into plank pose. However you want to get there, meet in plank. Good, let's work plank for a moment. So heels over the toes. Yeah, legs nice and strong. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. Tone your glutes. Drop your knees down for a minute and look at me. So tendencies in plank, some of us tend to hinge up like this. It's a little bit easier, right? Some of us tend to sag a little bit. We want that straight line. So lift your knees back up and see if you can find your way into that straight line. Yes, nice, you guys, that's good. So your pubic bone is drawing down, your tailbone down, your belly is lifting up. Now sweep your hands towards each other, sweep your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Hold for a breath. Nice long neck. Good. Drop your knees again. Take your block. We're going to work on chaturanga. That's the next in the sequence. We're going to use a block to support us so that we can hold the pose and work the alignment points. So here's how we're going to do it. You're going to bring your pelvis onto the block. High, a little bit higher. Like that middle setting is a good setting. Unless you're super tall, you might need to go on the higher setting. Okay, so pelvis is on the block, like right above your pubic bone. Okay, then walk your hands back. So they're right underneath your shoulders. Good. Now, elbows squeeze in, and here's the action of chaturanga I want you to think at. We're going to do a few push-ups here. So as you bend your elbows, look back, and you're going to land right with your shoulders in line with your elbows in. Good. And then press back up. And you're just going to that right angle. Little push-up, squeeze your shoulder blades in, gaze forward. Don't let your head drop down, and push up. And feel how, as you come into that position, you sort of shift forward a little bit. That's it. Do one more push-up. Okay, good. Sit back to your heels. Rest your head on your block or on the floor. Come into child's pose. Take a few breaths. So all of these poses, they have their own energy. They have their own alignment. So when we break it down, we think about it, we think about them just pose by pose. Then when we put it all back together and we're flowing our body, again, it's not, whatever, we call it muscle memory. Let's just stay with muscle memory, right? We could go more by rote and we could just be with the breath moving. Okay, one more chaturanga. Come back, pelvis back to the block. Okay, slide your hands back, bring your upper body into that and your elbows into the right angle. So shoulders in line with your elbows. Good, now squeeze your knees off the floor. That's it. Make your legs work harder here. The more your legs are working, the easier this is going to be on your upper body. Okay, ready? Try to hover your pelvis off the block, just an inch. Without straightening your arms, if you can. So elbows stay bent, hover your pelvis. Okay, good. Drop back down, knees back down. Good, set the block to the side. Okay, so the sequence, we come to plank. I'm going to do knees down because I'm dealing with this shoulder issue. And so that's an option, knees up or knees down, right? Chaturanga is here. The shoulders should not go below the elbows. And then you push through to your back bend. Cobra, the pelvis is on the floor. It's a deeper back bend. Up dog, thighs are off the floor. So in the traditional sequence, cobra poses in the sequence. But if up dog works for you, fine. You can do either one. So let's try it from plank. Shift forward, chaturanga, flow into your back bend of choice. So come to plank, knees up or down, up to you. Bend your elbows. Don't let your shoulders dip below your elbows. Good, push off, come through to your back bend, and exhale back, downward facing dog. All right, pedal out in your dog pose. That's the traditional vinyasa, right? When we say take a vinyasa, that's what we're doing. It's good to break those poses down every once in a while. Really think about them so that then that alignment stays with us a little bit more clearly. It's that repetition with intention. Come back to your intention. All right, hold steady in your dog for a moment. Straighten your arms and your legs as best you can. So traditionally, your hands, the middle of your wrist is lined up with your outer shoulder. Your feet are about sit bone distance apart, so a little closer than hip distance. Arms and legs are straight. Let's talk about length between hands and feet. A shorter dog, heels come down. It's a bigger stretch for the legs. That's fine. You want a bigger stretch for your legs. A longer dog where your heels may or may not hit the floor, but they're a little farther back. You get a little bit more stretch into your spine. So just make a conscious decision, an intention. What is it that you need from your dog today? And then let that be your pose. And then let the pose become the embodiment of that intention. All right, find your way forward. Again, you can hop forward, you can walk forward, you can take one big step forward back to Uttanasana. Lengthen your spine, come on all the way up, reach and stretch up tall. Exhale back to Tadasana, not just standing around, it's a pose, do the pose. All right, we'll go through that whole thing now together, faster with the breath. Connect to your breath. On your next inhale, circle your arms. As you exhale, hinge from your hips. As you inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, plank. Good, breathe in here. Exhale, chaturanga, whatever that looks like in your body today. Inhale, cobra or up dog. As you exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths in dog. Making that conscious choice of what you need from your dog today, the length of your dog today. It's not that there's just one way to do it, a right way and a wrong way. Life is not that black and white. You know, we come to this sequence of poses, the ritual of doing that, but it's a daily decision of what serves. On your next inhale, look forward, step or hop up, Uttanasana. As you exhale, fold. As you inhale, lengthen your spine, push through your feet and rise up. And exhale, arms by your sides. Okay, one more round on your own. Make it your own. Don't worry too much about what comes next. Maybe you know this sequence really well, maybe you don't. Let it be just an offering to yourself, a ritual of bringing you to your intention, whatever that is for you today. Three breaths in dog. We'll meet back together in Tadasana. Take your time. If you're here, just be here for a moment, for another breath as we land together. Okay, we're going to come into Surya Namaskar C. So this adds in some lunges, some different poses. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward. Same first two to start. Tadasana, Uttanasana. Now we add in a lunge. So Surya Namaskar C, go right leg back. Fingertips stay on the floor for this one. Legs nice and strong. And maybe a little bit of a longer lunge because the hands are staying on the floor. Good, your back leg is really strong. Back knee is straight, back thigh bone lifting up, front thigh bone descending, spine extending out long. All right, then plant your hands, come to plank, and then drop your knees. So we don't have chaturanga in this sequence. Knees, chest, chin is in this sequence, Ashtanga Pranam. So that looks like this. We come into a tilted, an arched back. It's a little bit of a back bend. Now, for those of you with low back stuff, keep your belly toned, keep your low back supported. Elbows squeeze in, and then you drop your chest and chin to the floor. So your chest comes down, your chin comes down, knees down, toes down. And then you push off your toes, slide to your belly. Cobra pose. Pelvis low, legs long. Let's talk Cobra. We didn't talk about it in the first one. So lower down for a moment. Let's talk about some of the points of the back bend. So legs nice and strong, glutes toning, legs drawing towards each other. The tailbone stays rooting down towards the pubic bone. Now, most important thing is not that you get your arms straight, it's that you get your shoulders back and we create this gentle curve in the spine. So push into your hands, turn on your back muscles from the top of your pelvis all the way up to your neck. Turn those muscles on, squeeze your elbows in. Take your chest, your heart forward. So your elbows might be really bent. They might be more straightish. Pelvis stays on the floor. Good. Release down. Let's talk about going back to dog pose. So you can flow right from your back bend into your dog pose. You can lift your legs, roll over your toes, right? If that's not a great situation for your feet, press straight up to plank, flip your feet over. See what works for you. Take another breath here. And then right foot forward lunge. Back leg straight and long. Front knee bending over your ankle, spine, neck extending. Feel this sense of extension from the center of your pelvis. Forward, backward, down, up, all directions. Good. Inhale, step forward. Exhale and fold. And then inhale, lengthen to rise up. Reach up, stretch up. Back to Tadasana. Good one. We'll do another round together faster. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lengthen out of your pelvis, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend your knees, left foot back. Let's go left foot back this time. Breath here. Plant your hands, plank. Drop your knees, arch your back, chest and chin. Push off your toes, slide to cobra. Remember your important points. Ritual repetition with intention. Back to dog. Three breaths. On your next inhale, left foot forward lunge. Hold for a breath. And then inhale, step up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, come on all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. All right, we're gonna do one more round on our own of that. And again, just see if you can just let your body sort of fall into the rhythm. So you're not having to think so much. We did all the thinking and the organizing, right? We went slow. Now, see if you can let your body just do that so that you can focus maybe your awareness more on your breath, maybe your awareness on your energy moving through or your intention or whatever that might be. All right, don't ignore the body, it's part of it. All right, on your own, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge. And on your own, go for it. Whichever foot you stepped back with is the foot you step forward with, if you can remember. All right, next sequence. Well, take your time, Robert. We're waiting. Surya Namaskar B, we went a little out of order just because body-wise, it makes a little more sense to do it that way. So this one, we add in the warrior poses and it's a lot more vinyasas. So we've done all the poses, but warrior one. So inhale, arms up. Oh, actually we haven't. Chair. I did the same thing yesterday. Chair pose, chair pose. We've got chair in this sequence. Yep, hips back. Shins hug in, inner thighs broad, draw your tailbone down. The goal in our chair is that the thigh bones come as level with the floor as we can, whatever that looks like for your body. Good. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward bend. Inhale and lengthen your spine. Good. Exhale, plant your hands, plank. So this has the traditional vinyasa. Let's add in one more element here. So traditionally, when we're doing the vinyasa, if you want to drop your knees for a minute, you can, while I'm talking. Traditionally, the pelvis doesn't touch the floor. So chaturanga, up dog in this sequence, and then you roll over the toes back to down dog. So the legs, it's just the feet and the hands stay on the floor. So just something to think about if you want to try that. So plank, chaturanga, knees up or down. Good. Up dog, you're on the tops of your feet. That's it. Shoulders back, same as in cobra. So on your toenails for up dog, if you can, unless you're doing it for a reason. Yep. And then roll over back to dog. Yes. Nice, you guys. Okay. Now we add in warrior one. Right foot forward, left heel down. Good. So line yourself up in the pose, hips face forward, right knee bends over the ankle, left leg's nice and strong. Lengthen your side waist from hips to armpits, and then hug your arms in towards your ears and take your arms and your ears back together. Yeah, that's it. Exhale, hands to the floor, plank, vinyasa of your choice. So chaturanga, roll to your up dog if that works for you, and back to dog. And if you need to modify or to do it some other way because of a shoulder thing or a back thing or whatever, that's fine. It's nice to know what the traditional sequence calls for. And then once you understand that and you understand whether that's good for your body or not good for your body, then you modify. Okay, left foot forward, right heel down. Warrior one. Hold the pose. Hold steady in the pose. Your body, your mind, your awareness, your energy, everything doing warrior one. Just letting it imprint into your mind, into your heart, into your body. All right, exhale, plank. Chaturanga, up dog, down face dog. Look forward, step or hop, Uttanasana. Utkatasana, chair. Press to your feet, Tadasana. Good, let's do another round. So when we get to that plank chaturanga with breath, when we're trying for that one breath ratio, which may or may not work for you, but just so we're aware, it's exhale, plank, chaturanga, inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog. So that step back, plank, chaturanga is all one breath. Exhale. If it works, and if you got to breathe more. It's fine. Okay. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. When we work the breath that way, though, it's nice to, it gives us a deeper breath capacity. Okay, I forgot it again. Chair. 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 That's it. Utkatasana. Good. Fold again. All right, so here's the one breath. Take a big breath in. Exhale, plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. On your next inhale, right foot to warrior one. One breath to come up. Just let your body remember the pose and then exhale right back through. Plank chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Warrior one, one breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, plank chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. On your next inhale, step or hop forward, Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, Tadasana. All right, we're gonna do one more on your own. Any questions? And it says, you know, if it doesn't look exactly like that, if you're making whatever, now it's your practice. So the ritual then becomes, what am I bringing to it? What do I need from this practice? We learn it's like jazz, you know, like you have to learn the scales first so that then you can do the improvisations, you know? Okay. With your breath, inhale, arms up. And go for it. It's a lot more poses in this sequence. Don't worry too much about it. I forgot again. Take your time. We'll meet together in Tadasana. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward. Walk yourself back to dog. And then drop your knees down, sit back into child's pose, and just take a moment to breathe there. We'll go through some standing sequences now. Again, today is not about learning complicated poses, but of just letting ourselves be in that rhythm of familiarity, of comfort, of allowing our bodies to move a little bit by rote so that we can sink our awareness into the deeper parts of the practice that are still there with us, that are always there with us, but then we can focus on them a little bit more deeply. All right, let's come back to downward facing dog. Dog split. So lots of versions of dog split. Do the one that you love. Sometimes it makes sense to do it one way. Sometimes it makes sense to do it a different way. We try to bring those in. But for today, your pose, your practice. Step up into warrior two, right foot forward, left heel down. Take time, build your pose from the bottom, from the feet upwards, lining yourself up with your intention, lining up your body in the way that the energy moves the best, and then lining up your pose with the intention that you have for yourself. So there's this like softness, a gentleness. If we're coming at the practice really aggressively, then we're cultivating aggressiveness into our bodies. So what is it you want to cultivate? Drop your back hand to your back leg, lean back, windswept warrior. I'm not doing that because of my shoulder, but you can go arm up and back, lean yourself back. Straighten your front leg by toning the muscles around the knee, not squeezing or hyperextending the knee, but make both legs nice and strong. Inhale, float up, arms out, and hinge over into Trikonasana. Triangle. Good. And hold steady. Even each pose itself has this, ritual. We make the shape with our bodies. We refine it. We bring our awareness to it. And then we just pour ourselves into it fully. So we become the pose. All right, from here, Ardha Chandrasana. So step forward into your right foot. Right hand can go onto a block, of course, or out towards the pinky side of the foot a little bit. Land your hand right under your shoulder. Good. Stack your right hip over your left hip. Nope, left hip over right hip. Left shoulder over right shoulder. That's it. Even if you're looking down, try to bring that top shoulder back and then stretch your top arm up. One more breath. Good. Big step back, downward facing dog. Vinyasa opportunity, or skip it. Repetition with intention. When we're doing a lot of vinyasas in the practice, you might notice that you start to lose some of those little alignment points. That's probably a time to then just not do it, instead of patterning in a pattern we don't want to create. Left leg up into dog split. Mirror what you did on the first side, whatever that was. And then step up into warrior two. Line up left heel to right instep so the feet are lined up, legs, knee over ankle, back leg strong, shoulders over hips, line up the body. Then line up your thoughts with your pose. And then pour your whole awareness, your whole consciousness into it, your intention into it. Drop your back hand, curl back, reverse warrior. Keep pressing forward with the top of your left shin bone as you're leaning back. Straighten your front leg. Cartwheel up and over, triangle. Be here, fully present. Ardha Chandrasana. Step into your left foot, Left hand out in front, right leg up. That's it. Turn your body towards the long edge of your mat. So your right hip comes over your left hip, your right shoulder over your left shoulder. Good. Big, steady step back. Downward facing dog. Hold or vinyasa. Every breath can be a ritual of placing your awareness in the present moment. Every breath can become this an act, a sacred act of making time sacred, time out of time. That's what our yoga practice can be for us. Make your way back to Uttanasana, forward bend. Inhale, come on up, reach up. Exhale, Tadasana. All right, we're gonna do a little standing sequence. Have a block in front just in case you may want it for where we're headed. Okay, Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Bring your right knee up as you lift your arms up. Balance your weight on your left foot. Hug your right knee in as close as you can. Stretch up through your spine and your arms. Good. Warrior 3. Swing the leg back behind you. Arms can go in whatever position feels like it's the appropriate position. Classically, the arms are out in front. If that doesn't work, take a different arm position. And then be here. When we're wobbling, when we're falling over, it's harder to keep that intention, but stay with it. Okay, now right hand to the floor, left hand to your hip. So here's where you might want to block. Right hand can go onto a block here. Lift your right thigh bone up, toes, right toes point towards the floor. Hand on your hip, drag your left hip back, turn your belly to the left. Lift your left shoulder a little higher, so you're in a twist. And then left arm can go to the sky. If you need to keep a hand on the hip, that's fine. All right, good. Bring your left hand down, bend your standing leg, step all the way back into Anjaneyasana. We're going to drop the back knee down, low lunge. In Anjaneyasana, the knee comes over the toes. It's a deeper lunge. If your knee doesn't like that, of course, you don't have to be in that deep of a bend, but if you can, knee forward. Right thigh bone resisting back. Inhale, inhale, arms to the sky. Good. Get tall. Lengthen out of your pelvis. And then arms and ears in line with each other and take the whole thing back. Good. And then be here. And if it's hard to hold or it's hard to breathe, ease out a little bit so you can be in a place where you can hold and let the pose really just make its impression on you. Good. Exhale, hands over to the right. Widen out your stance. So heel toe the left foot a little bit wider. Drop to your elbows. Of course, elbows can go onto blocks if the floor is too far away. This is another pose where there's lots of variations. So again, we'll come back to the intention. What is it you are practicing for this morning? What is your why, as they say? And then let the pose line up with that, be an expression of that. 2 more deep breaths right where you are. Good. And then from here, we're going to go back to dog. That's it. And then hold steady in your dog or vinyasa. Step or hop forward, Uttanasana. Come on up, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, arms up, left knee up. Lift it as high as you can. Then hinge from your right hip, send your left leg back, warrior 3. Spine long, legs long, arms long, wherever they are. One more breath. And then Parivrita, Ardha Chandrasana, left hand down, right hand to your right hip. The hand on the hip, draw the hip back, extend your spine forward, twist to the right. Other way, switch your hands, Robert. That's it, it's the twisted version. That's it. Yep, that's it. Right hip back. You did it on the first time. Yeah. Turn your belly to the right. Right arm to the sky if you like, or keep the hand on the hip if that serves. One more breath. Be there totally, fully. Okay, good. Hand to the floor. Big step back. Drop your knee. Anjaneyasana. Sweep your arms up. That's it. Pull your right heel towards your right sit bone. Press your left thigh bone back at the same time. Curl back. Ears back, throat back, arms back. Be here again. Ease into a place that you can hold, and we can hold the intention and hold the integrity as we hold the pose. Good. Exhale to your lizard. Hands over to the inside your right foot. You can go wider with the right foot. The right toes can turn out here. Yep. Elbows can go to floor or to blocks. So when the poses are, I don't know if I'm going to say easier. I don't know that this is an easy pose, but there's less to think about, right? We're not falling over. Maybe there's some intense sensation happening in the body. But notice how the mind wants to check out. And so make it your ritual that when you notice that, you have a hook, a way to come back. Maybe it's the breath, maybe it's a word, but keep coming back to the pose here, now. All right, back into dog. We're going to meet together on the belly. So come forward, make your way down to your belly, however you want to get there. That's it. Rest your head for a moment. We're going to come into a thigh stretch. So if your hip flexors are feel tight, or if your low back is feeling a little cranky this morning, you can stay right here with your head on your hands for the thigh stretch. If you want a deeper experience, a deeper sensation, come up onto your elbows like Sphinx, or split the difference, right? You can come up a little bit. You don't have to be all the way up here. Okay, then bend up your right knee. Reach for your right foot behind you with your right hand. Hug your heel to your butt. That's it. So if you turned right to find your foot, that's fine. Now see if you can get your right thigh closer to the floor. Your heel closer to your butt. Push into your left elbow. If you're up on the elbow, push into the elbow, pull your left shoulder back a little bit. So your breastbone is pointing straight ahead. One more breath. Good, release that foot. Rest if you need a rest. And then again, your head can stay low here. Deeper sensation if you come up onto the elbow, just depending on your hip flexors. Reach back for your left foot. Right, I didn't say this, but if you can always lay on your side for the thigh stretch, right? If it feels better for a shoulder or hip, you can always be on your side also. Okay, heel to butt. That's it. If you're on your right elbow, push your right elbow into the floor. Push it away from your chest. Hug your heel a little closer. Your right leg is still participating. That right leg is extending. Your glutes are toning, tailbone down. One more breath. Okay, good. Release that foot. Head down. Do a little windshield wiper with the legs. Breathe. All right, come stand up, come up to tabletop, and then stand up onto your knees. We're going to do camel. If you want a blanket underneath your knees for some knee support, feel free to do that. If your low back tends to bother you, in your camel pose, put a block between your inner thighs. That'll help keep the low back a little more stable. All right, so we're going to come in a really particular way. Go hands on your hips. Try to not have your knees, the legs don't have to be together. Hip distance is fine. Try not to be wider than hip distance, although if your hip flexors are on the tighter side, it might be easier to go wider. So all of that to say, find the spot that works for you. Classically, we're about hip distance apart. All right, hands on your hips. Deep breath in, lengthen through your spine, get really long through your side body, and then draw your tailbone forward and tone your belly, tone your pelvic floor. Okay, now turn to the left, turn to the left. Reach your left hand for your left foot or a block. If you can't get to your foot, go to a block. Okay, good. Now look up, roll your right shoulder back, squeeze your right elbow in, roll your breastbone to face towards the ceiling. Okay, inhale, come on up. Toes tucked or untucked. Tucked is a less of a back bend, untucked more of a back bend, so be where you need to be. Okay, same thing, second side. Deep breath in. Tailbone, glutes toning, low belly toning, pelvic floor turning. Turn to the right. Right hand to your right foot. Yep, left arm, then turn and look up. Left arm either to the sky or it can come onto your heart. Or you can stay right there on your hip, which is I think what we did on the first side. Okay, inhale, come on up. Okay, so now if it works for you to come back straight into the pose, hands to feet, you can do that. If it works better for you to go to one side and then find the other side, do it that way, right? Lean to one side and then work, because eventually you want to end up square, heart towards the sky. But if there's an easier way to get into it, you can try that. You can also go hands on blocks if you can't reach your feet. Okay, lengthen up through your spine, roll your shoulders back, camel, do it. Go for it. However you get there, find your way into it. Take your time. Neck long, thighs vertical or as vertical as you can make them. That's it. Hold for a breath. Be here. Repetition with intention. Inhale, come on up. Heart first, head last. Good. Drop your hands down and do a little circling of hips or cat and cow. See what your back needs. Okay, I'm going to give some time for inversion here. You can do whichever inversion you like. This is the sort of time in the sequence as we're starting to cool down. Believe it or not, inversions are cool down poses, even though as we're learning them, they don't feel like that necessarily. So anything, headstand, handstand, you want to go to a wall, you want to stay where you are, you want to do hips up on a block and legs up. If you need a more restorative inversion today, any of those are options. If you need help, call me over. Guys, John, Lois, you guys know what you're doing. There's space. Nope, we're small. It's fine. There's room. We got space. Yep. Whatever inversion you have chosen, be there fully. Be there with awareness, with breath, with thoughts. Okay, I'm a little nervous about your neck here. Come on down. It's fine. It's fine. I'm going to do it this way for you so that that way. Yeah,
So
at
my
least
arm kind
so
of
your
like my
shoulders.
head's down.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's going to keep the curve in your neck rather than
Okay.
flattening. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. I just don't like, that's one where I'm like, I don't mess around. You need that one. We want lined up well. We don't want to mess with the neck. It's like heading the ball in soccer. I say to my kids, like, okay, if you got to head the ball, just remember it's your brain. Brains don't get fixed. Don't mess with your brain. Yeah. Can you feel the difference? Or do you not even notice? Doesn't feel so different. This keeps the curve. I'm just curious if it feels, I'm just saying it so that if it feels a little different, maybe it'll help you remember. Like there's a little more freedom in your neck with this one. Yeah, if you're still up, you can take another couple of breaths. If you're making your way down, come down slow, rest in child's pose or forward bend or any of those more restful poses. When we go upside down, we want to let the energy be really settled before we turn ourselves right side up again. All right, if you're in the room, start to find your way back to your spot. We're going to come to seated. So if you're on your back, come on up to seated. You're still finding your way back. Take your time. Yeah. If your back feels tight or your hamstring, your low back, hamstrings, sit up on a blanket. We're going to come to twist first. So right foot outside the left knee. If you're still getting there, it's okay. Take your time. We'll get there. So right foot outside the left knee. Okay, now if you already feel your right sit bone lifting up, just try to anchor it so both sit bones are down. And then if you can keep it down and bend the left knee so that both knees are bent, you can do it that way, or else just keep that bottom leg out straight. It might be better for you. We want both sit bones anchored to the floor. So right foot on the floor as best you can. Yeah, so not knee over knee. That's actually a different pose. We're doing the twist. So knee up, foot down. Yeah, and then twist to the right. Oh, there you go. That was it. It's just, yeah. Yeah, that's it, Carol. That's it. Yep. All right, twist to the right. Left elbow either hugging your right knee or crossing over outside the knee. Good. As you breathe in, get taller through your spine. As you breathe out, rotate. And let the repetition of each breath, again, remind you of your intention and remind you that the pose, sure, it's this thing, this shape that we're making with our bodies, but it's about embodying that intention. So keep it there in your awareness. Good. Inhale. Take a little counter twist. Okay. Now face front, lean back into your hands. Good. If your bottom leg, so either way, we're coming to this position. So if you have to just unfold the leg or bend the knee, if the leg was straight. Yep. Ankle over knee. That's it. That's it. Pressure right knee away from your right shoulder, but you can walk your hands in a little bit closer. Good. Now you could stay here, or you can come to this one where you let the knee come over the ankle, ankle over knee. That's a little bit of a deeper hip stretch, or anything in between. Keep your feet active. Yep. Be on the pinky sides of your feet so the pinky edges are pressing down. Yep. Nice long spine. Of course, if the knees are low and you want to hinge forward, go for it. Make it your pose. Yeah, that's it, Carol. Nice. Yep. Try to keep the right hip down, everybody. Yes, you're just going to get a deeper stretch into the hip that way. If it's bothering your knee and you need to adjust, of course, adjust, let the hip lift up. But if you can, hip down. Okay, sit up, slowly unfurl, take your time, stretch your legs out. Ardha Matsyendrasana, left foot outside the right knee. Yep, and then here or here. Yep, heel outside the hip, hip down, twist left. Hug the knee or hook your elbow. Keep grounding your left hip to the floor. Ron, switch your feet. Left leg on top. Switch your legs. Left foot over. That's it. That's it. That's the one. Twist left. You got it. Yes. Unless that's the other side, but I think you were on the same side the first time. You were. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Inhale, release your twist, lean back into your hands. And then come to here. So right foot on the floor, left ankle crossed over. Like a seated sort of pigeon stretch, pressing your left knee away from your shoulder. Left foot active. And then stay here or come to the pinky edge of your right foot, stacking knee over heel, heel over knee. Both sit bones down. Yep, left hip stays down, left sit bone down. Good. If you're hanging on, just trying to breathe, hang on and breathe. Relax your jaw, your face. Steady your breath. If this is not a pose where you get a lot of sensation, then and you're looking for deeper, hinge forward. Fold a little deeper into yourself. Not that we have to feel that dramatic sensation, but I find that most of us want to feel something in a pose, right? All right, inhale, come on up. Slowly uncross, extend your legs out in front. Yep, roll the flesh from under your sit bone so that you feel a little more grounded. Stretch your legs long, toes up. Fingertips by your hips. If you're already getting a hamstring stretch here, stay here and work into more of a back bend. That's going to get the hamstrings a little more open. If that's coming easily, then hinge with a long spine. So belly towards your thighs. That's first stage forward bend. The spine is nice and long, belly towards the thighs. If that's all going well, then arms extend in front. You can reach for your feet or your ankles, and you can let your spine round, head release. Yeah, if you're dealing with disc issues in your spine, stay in that long extended position. Your back will be happier there. Usually your back's pretty clear about where it's happy or not. So just listen to that, right? It's like we find, we take these shapes, we look at these shapes, these poses that we do. And it's not about making our bodies fit into those shapes. It's about using those shapes to line ourselves up in the best, most optimal way. Our energy, our breath and our body, our thoughts and our heart, right? And sometimes that lines up with the classical shape of the pose, and that's fine. And sometimes it doesn't, and that's okay too. And we create our own ritual, our own sacred moments in time for ourselves. Inhale, bring yourself up. Good. Come on down to your back. If there's any last stretch, pose, movement, something your body is yearning for, take a moment to do that. Anything we didn't get to, anything you feel like you need for yourself. Begin to make your way to Shavasana. Extend your legs and your arms. Do this little adjustment. So rock a little bit side to side. And as you're doing that with your hips, as you're doing that, roll your inner thighs towards the floor. So point your toes up and roll your inner thighs down. Do that little rocking side to side. Just create a little space in your back. That's it. And then when you feel a little more spacious there, then let your legs relax. Your pinky toes drop to the floor. Your back soften. Your legs release. Your belly soften. Your ribs. Shoulders. Neck. Face. Let everything go. Just become the rise and fall of your breath. Become the expansion and contraction, the beating of your heart. Become the energy moving through you, as you, within you, around you. Become a sacred being housed in a body. In this moment. And then in this moment. And then in this moment. Gently now, let your breath deepen. Let your body stretch and move, reawaken gently, easefully. Roll to your side and make your way back to seated. Here's the thing about ritual. It should always move us towards connection, not disconnection. Because really the world is not in need of anyone being able to recite prayers in perfect language or sing the most beautifully or have the deepest meditation. What the world is in need of is compassion and generosity and love. Yoga gives us these rituals that bring us closer into connection with ourselves, with each other, hopefully at some point with something bigger than ourselves. And in doing so, then we connect to that sense of kindness and generosity and compassion. Do that repetition with intention. We carve that pathway for ourselves so that when we go out into the world, when the yoga moves off the mat, we are more able to navigate our world with those qualities. Bring your hands together at your heart and let's close together with an Om. If you'd like to join in, take in a deep breath. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Hope you have a great day. All right, what announcements do I have for you? Sound bath, December 14th with Raji. We have pop-up slow stretch if you want to come back tonight and do some slow stretch and restorative with Gina. And we've got Shri gift cards and can give the gift of yoga, give a meaningful gift this season if that interests you. All right, bye everybody.
Goodbye, goodbye. Lois is still out.
Yes, she usually is. She likes a long shavasana.
Good. Bye-bye. Not